shape. Glad to be. Yeah, we are down here a good bit later today because of after church today, over half our congregation all went to 99 for lunch. So that was a blast. Had a wonderful time with the church. But at the same time, it put us on the road a lot later than we normally are. So anyway, we're down here, and it's about 7:30 right now. Got a sundown is technically at 8 o'clock, but got a little bit of light. So let's go take a look at little girl and see how she fared with the coverings, and hopefully we're in good shape. So hang on. Well, that's perfect. Awesome. That's perfect right there. See about the port. Oh yeah, we're in great shape. It's just exactly like it was last time. We're in good shape here. I'll think about it whether or not I want to go ahead. I'll probably get the coverings off here in a few minutes after we finish unloading. But hey, turn it around. Welcome back. And glad to be back, and going to be getting a couple of really nice days. Monday and Tuesday both are going to be great for working on a little girl. And we're going to get back up on that deck. I also want to remember the last time I used the Marine Tex on those 4 holes that I plugged. I want to get that all sanded out and do a kind of a relocation of my larger double block at the foot of the mast, because I want to be able to run both my jib halyard and main halyard down to the same block, and then be able to pull them, to raise the sails and to be able to cleat them off up on the side of the mast. I want to come off from that same block. So that's one of the things I want to get done. Well, hey, welcome back. We'll get some work done. Just peeled the tarp back. And I'll tell you what, I'm so glad I put the effort into it. I left this boat as clean as a whistle and dry as a bone when I came back. It is lovely. So it's always nice to peel the tarp back and realize no water has gotten in and everything's nice and clean, and enjoy it for the moment, because these stupid things are going to rain on my parade here for too long. By the time I get out here tomorrow morning, this cockpit will be full of pine needles. But let's go ahead and get down in the cabin and just see where we're at. Wanted to make sure of one thing, because the only piece of equipment I remember actually leaving here is the one that's most vital. Let's see, where is it? Where did I put it? It better be here. Where's my sander? Oh, crap. Tell me. I was pretty confident I left it here. Well, there's my big block. Let's get a light on in here. It's ridiculous. There's a big block that's going to go at the base of the mast right there. And I had put that little bitty thing on it, and that was just not adequate, and I didn't put it in the right place. That's why I had to do the work I did last time. So anyway, there it is. That'll be put on tomorrow if I get everything done that I want to get done. And I've got to find that sander, and I sure hope that I left it down here. I didn't see it at home. So crap. Yeah, let's turn on the light in the... There we go. Let's look up here. No, it's not in here either. Okay, well, it might be downstairs. All right, let's hope it is. In the meantime, guys, turn this thing around. In the meantime, guys, I guess what I'm going to do right now, because I'm not gonna get to work on that deck tonight. I'm gonna get some other things done, as I said, first thing tomorrow morning, and get that sanded out. I am gonna have to tomorrow afternoon go with Mom again, and that's fine. I do this every time because it's my dad. Tomorrow afternoon we're gonna go over and see Dad over at the nursing home at about 3 o'clock. But I'm planning on getting a lot done tomorrow morning. As soon as I can, I want to get up here and get some work done. And especially if I can find that sander, because I need that thing. And if I can't find it, I'll have to go get my brother's, and I know he's got a good one. So one way or the other, this work's going to get done. I'm anxious to get all the things done to be able to completely redeck this baby, and so we can get it in the water this summer. Well, guys, it's nighttime aboard Little Girl, and it suddenly dawned on me was when I was sitting in there talking to my mom and my wife. I wonder if I put that silly or random orbital sander underneath the seat in the cabin. And so I came out here, and there it is. I don't have to go over to my brother's in the morning. Hallelujah. What a blessing. So it's here. All I got to do tomorrow morning is just empty the holding pouch there and get a new sanding disc on it, and we're good to go. So that's a good thing. Glad we're going to be all set, and we can start right up on the deck as soon as we get ready for it. Well, good morning, guys. Just about to get started here. That prediction of nice dry weather overnight. I left all my tools out on the deck. I woke up this morning and took my mom's dog out, and it was pouring down rain. I couldn't believe it. So anyway, whatever. I left the cockpit all open, but the rest of the boat was completely covered, so it doesn't matter. All right, so we're about to get started. We're going to get up on the cabin top here and get that area sanded out where I'm going to be putting down the block that I intend to use from here on out for my jib and my main halyards. And I want to get that done first. We'll get everything uncovered as far as the foredeck is concerned right after that, and we'll get started up on the foredeck. Well, I've been up on the cabin top for a while now. I got this all sanded out using some 80 grit and then some 150 grit, and then I've already hit it with some acetone. So I'm going to throw some paint on this and let it harden up for a while, maybe a second coat, I don't know. But the point is, eventually what's going to happen is after everything is all settled out with, kind of refurbishing the surface here, this is the double block that's going to go here. And this is like twice the size of that little block that I had that was tucked way back up here. It was way too tight, and it wouldn't, the halyards wouldn't even go through it properly. So I'm going to move it out of the way, and probably right about there, which is about halfway back the mast. Where let me see if I want it to be about, yeah, right there. Okay, right about there. And so when the halyards come down, when the jib halyard comes down here and runs through, I'll pull up on it, and that will raise the jib. And the same thing with the main. It goes down through here, pull up on it, and that raises the main, and then I can go ahead and coil the rope and cleat it off on the side of the mast. So that's my idea. And I think it's simpler to have everything run to starboard instead of running it back to the cockpit like I was originally going to do. Way more complicated than it needs to be. And I'll have on my life jacket, and I'll have on a leash or whatever you want to call it to secure me to the boat. I'm not going to worry about it. So anyway, that's the idea. So right now I'm going to just throw some paint on this. I've already got it stirred up, and this is some of that good stuff I bought last summer. I've been using. It's really good. It's Easy Epoxy, Pettit Easy Epoxy, white. And I used the same thing when I redid this cabin top back when we were, what were we doing? I can't remember. Oh, I think it was back when we put the tracks on for my for the hatchway covers. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this painted up, and then we'll move on and get some work done on the deck. Almost hated to open this can of paint. I mean, I'd already used some of it, but I'm only using it for such a small area. But I wanted to get this done. And we'll let this dry and harden up for a bit, and then we'll come back and get that block in the place that we want it for running the halyards down through. One more little bit of paint right down here. Now, let me get a paper towel here, clean up this along like that. I want to get it in the textured area. All right, I think we're good. And we're going to let that dry out and harden up, and we'll maybe give it another coat. We'll see. All right, well, I've been doing a lot of work without putting it on film. I've got a lot of the sanding done up here on the deck. That's just darn near perfect right there. It's just nice, flat, and level. It didn't take up too much space. Crack is completely gone. That's all awesome right there where the cut was. Up in the bow, up at the very forepeak up there. When I sanded it down, it's so thin up there that I'm going to have to put one more layer right down the center because it's actually like a crack. And I mean, it's solid but not solid. It just needs a little reinforcement there in the very center. Then I've been sanding around. I'm going to get that one next. That hole right there. Right now I'm completely disassembling this, taking all the screws out. I'm going to go below, take this the piece of plywood out that I have, and line that with peel ply, and put it back up underneath there, and try to get this thing to as close up underneath there as I possibly can, and nice and tight. And we'll see where it goes from there. Ryan had the idea of pushing it up from below and putting the screws up through instead of down through. That way it would not interfere with how the fiberglass lays in. We shall see. We shall see. I think I may have enough clearance to do it around the screws, or not including the screws. We shall see. I'm going to go below right now and pull that out and get some peel ply on it. Okay, so this is what's going on. I was working on a boat and got quite a bit done, but then as far as sanding out and just kind of getting things ready to make some more repairs, and then I got a call from my wife, let's go grab lunch. So we went and grabbed lunch, but then it started raining, and they've changed the forecast. It's going to be rain again, on again, off again, all day long. So what a pain in the tail. I mean, I happens every time. So anyway, I got done. I came back here and pulled the tarp back up over the foredeck just to kind of keep the rain out. And ironically, even though it was raining over where we were for lunch, it wasn't raining here at all. And so we're very fortunate on that. The tarp is up all over the bow for now, and I'm planning to get back to it as soon as I can. At 3 o'clock, in about an hour, I got to take my mom over to the nursing home to be with Dad for a little bit. But in the meantime, what happened as far as the foredeck is concerned, I went ahead and took all the screws out of that plate, that piece of plywood that I had tucked into the cubby down here, and I'm going to be able to take that down out of there, wrap it in peel ply, and then put it back up in and see if I can't put the screws up from below. We will see. Okay, I got this ready to go. This is the piece of plywood with the already done screw holes from when I did it before, and I've got the peel ply stretched over it, taped underneath, with 3 of the screws in place. This one's actually a new one that I found that's even a little longer. The key is going to be whether or not after doing this, that these screws can go up through that thin lower of the pan decking, whether or not they can grip and hold it up or pull this up into place. Well, guys, I couldn't get it from below, but I sure got it from above here. And we'll see if we just can't work around these screws. The beauty of it is, the way that I've got this now, that's peel ply right there, and it is just barely underneath the old skin, the old pan material, and tucked right up against it. I think we're going to be able to get a really good bond down on that, and well, then we'll just take that plate off from below after we get it all rebuilt back up. You can see the crack goes way back here, so I'm going to have to sand this all out really careful and try to lay down some new material, some polyester and some, chopped strand, and we'll see if we can't get this built back up and repair it. Well, guys, end of day one. This is the Monday that was supposed to be absolutely glorious and sunny. And I woke up this morning, took my mom's dog out. I already mentioned this. Anyway, it was already just pouring down rain. And then it's been on again, off again all day long. I still managed to get a lot of work done. But it's been in between the raindrops, and honestly, it did not get as much done as I'd hoped to do. So, in the meantime, everything is all set up for tomorrow morning. This much I did get done with that really bad breakthrough into the cubby from the pan up above. I got that. What do you call it? That the plywood back up underneath it with the peel ply on it. That's all set up beautifully for tomorrow. I've got some more sanding to do, but then after that I'll be able to make that repair. And I've kind of figured out how to work my way around the screws that are in there. I'm not going to leave them in. I'm going to try to cut slots or whatever to be able to just kind of work around them and still manage to get all my fiberglass in. Well, good morning, guys. It's right now about 7:30. Gonna get going here in a few minutes. I just got the tarp off the bow of the boat and ready to get some work done after we eat some breakfast. But one thing I did yesterday, and I just determined this is indispensable. We've got to have one of these, and that's to get a decent little shop vac, and I mean little shop vac that's going to be portable enough to be working up on that deck without it, big old canister thing that's completely in the way. So anyway, I went out and bought this yesterday. I'm going to show it to you. It's got like a 5-star rating almost across the board. I can't believe how many people just love this little shop vac. I got it down at Harbor Freight, $40 basically, and I think it's going to be worth it, because I mean, if it acts up, if it stands up to everything that I've been reading about, this is going to be a great little addition to the equipment up there, because you got to clear out all that stinking fiberglass dust and tree debris. I mean, hello, we got to have this. Okay, we're up on the foredeck. Got my new little vacuum cleaner all hitched up and ready to go as soon as we finish breakfast. And I'm got everything here. Here's all of our supplies for doing our glass work. And I just bought 200 of these, what they call craft sticks, basically they're tongue depressors. All made in China, but you know what? I'm sorry, I don't care. I've already used these extensively for stirring epoxy resin, for stirring paint. Love them. And use one, toss it over the edge of the boat, pick it up later. And not only that, but all these brushes that I'm going to be using for resin, like I said, use it, toss it over the edge of the boat, pick it up later. I love it. This, I don't know why I didn't think of this a long time ago. This is just part of those 200. All right, so let's go grab some breakfast, and we'll be right back and get some work done up here. All I can say is this thing really sucks, in a good way. that thing works awesome. Fantastic. That's good news. It's going to get a lot of use today. So right now we're going to be working on this. I'm going to finish vacuuming first, and then I'm going to go ahead and set up some some polyester resin and some glass to get this laid down and see if we can't get that little patch done today. I probably would do this at the same time. I've got a little bit more sanding to do on that one. So anyway, but it gives you a chance to see where we're going with this. Okay, so here's the plan right now. This is going to be done in 3 sections for this one long gouge down into the cubby down below, whatever. We've got a hole cut out right here. Doesn't look like much, but it's going to allow me to just shove this into place, right like that. And completely, I'll wet everything out ahead of time. So in other words, it'll be all resin all over the surface that this is going down on. Then everything goes into place, gets wet out here. Then we've got a second piece. It comes in right like this, and like that. It covers the crack that goes down below, and that doesn't even have to touch the screw at all. Okay, so that takes care of that. Then the crack continues on up above this. So we've got this little piece cut out like this, and this will be the last piece to go in. So that's the plan. The first one is this, and this has got to cover the big area here that has the peel ply underneath. And I'm thinking that probably if I wet this out right and kind of pull back on it, particularly when I'm using the roller, I'm thinking I'm going to be able to kind of stretch that over it so it doesn't even touch the peel ply. We'll see. It's not that big of a space, or not that wide of a space. So I may be able to get the resin to kind of hold it in place and not even sag. Well, we shall see. Well, you know, one thing at a time. Right now we're going to mix up some resin. Well, thankfully, it's still fairly cool in the day. It's supposed to get up to about 85. I already mentioned this in one other part of the video. It's supposed to get up to about 85 and high humidity. It's already high humidity, but the temperature is down. So this shouldn't set up that fast. We'll just hope everything goes as planned. Okay. 20 drops of this. All right, just 20 drops of our hardener. Now get our wonderful little tongue depressor, aka stir stick, aka craft stick. Mix it up good. All right, we're good. Nice. Very good. Drop that on the ground. Put on my gloves. All right, we're good to go. Let's get some resin on this little project right here. See, I can't see back under there very well, but I'm getting it. There we go, I see it now. One thing at a time. Get this first piece in place. Then we'll move on to the next one. First piece, let's go. Get some more resin on that. Yeah, so far the resin's not setting. In other words, holding off. It's not curing fast, which is what I'd hoped. Well, whether I like it or not, I've got to get some resin on the cloth that's in the middle here. And it's gonna, I'm hoping to pull up on the fabric or that way. There we go, pull outward. That stretches it. There we go. It's a bad crack right there. You can't hardly see it, but it's there. There you go. Still got resin, and it's still not hardening just yet, so we're good. Now after we get the resin all on this, we gotta again pull on that stuff. Try to tension it up so that it doesn't sag. I think we're good. Well, guys, that's using your resin. I used up every drop of that stuff. I couldn't believe it. Perfect. Perfect. Every drop. I got the other hole up here that I didn't think I was going to have enough resin for. I got it. So good, 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 good. That's just about everything starboard being done. So let's go ahead and we'll let this harden up for a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and get out my roller right now. Toss my used brush over the side because I've got 35 more of those where those came from. All right, go up here and get this one. I think we are done with that so far. All right. Leave it alone. Leave it alone, Randy. Just let it be. Let it be. Let it harden right where it is. Okay. I don't know how much of this the camera caught, but that was almost perfection in terms of using up the resin. Had just exactly the right amount, and it covered this entire stretch here and the other hole going forward. So let me take this off and we'll take a look at it and bring you back a little bit later when everything hardens up. Okay, well, it's not hardened up, but everything came out pretty good. Now this is sagging right here a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but I mean it's not sagging much because the peel ply and the plywood are right there holding it up. Then forward of that, actually that got pretty nice and taut across there. It's just that one little stretch there, and I'm going to put some more. When I mix up the next batch of resin, I'm going to put some more of the the chopped strand in there and fill that up with a little bit of resin. And we'll let everything harden up totally before those screws come out and the plywood and the peel ply come out from below. You notice that those screws I managed to keep liberated from the epoxy and the resin and the glass. And I'm hoping, and I think they are. I think they're going to be fine. When the time comes, I'll just avoid those in the next little application I'm going to do right there. And those will come out and everything will be taken out from below. Up here, which you couldn't see because it was all done off camera, that came out really well. That's a pretty substantial little hole right there. And I actually managed to completely cover that, and it never sagged. It stayed nice and taut all the way. And there's another little hole that's up underneath there, and that also is completely covered now. So that came out well. All of that, one little 2-ounce batch of resin covered all of this, and it was just exactly the right amount for what we're doing here. All right, that's it for now. We'll come back later when this all hardens up. The good news is I got them all out. And that means I'm going to go below, and we'll see what that does. If we can go ahead and pull that piece of plywood, the peel ply, and we'll be done with this little project. Next time we'll come back and give this a second coat, particularly where the peel ply is right there. And we'll also fill these holes. We'll grind all this off, sand all this off, and then we'll give a little bit of a plug to those holes. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this. Here we go. Come on, baby. Oh yeah, coming right down. There we go. We're done. Okay. Oh, I didn't show it. It's done. There's the bottom of the peel ply right. Where am I? Okay, I'm not getting it. Okay, there we go. Now you're looking right up at it right there. And all right. The only thing I've got to do is when I get the screw on, I actually use the drill. It sucks some of the thread of the peel ply right up into that hole, and it's caught there on some of it. So I'll have to cut that with a knife. But we're good. We're good. And now that'll dry a whole lot easier because the peel ply is off from it from the back. All right, or actually from below, if you want to say that. So that hole is plugged, and that was the biggie. That was the one that the night that we cut the deck, a big old screwdriver went sailing down through that because it was all just rotted out. The whole pan was so old and brittle, it just went all to pieces. So anyway, it's repaired. So we've got most of the repairs done on the pan now, and this is just an awesome trip because of that. We're looking really good for the next time we come down, and it puts us in a good place to get started with maybe looking at getting some coring sized out and positioned and so forth. So yeah, that's for another trip. Okay, there we are. The backing plate and the peel ply is all off from it from below, and that baby's plugged. like I said, we'll give this one more coat when we get back. Sand off those screw holes, get those all nicely sanded down and smoothed up. And then we'll put another layer of, I don't think we're going to put cloth, but we'll definitely put some chop strand mat and kind of just finish this out, and we'll be done with this. I mean, this is a huge step forward to get that. This was the big main one that we had to get done, and big step just to get that done on this trip.